Hello YouTube and welcome to another KSP mod spotlight by Gromfworks. And today's mod I will let the music present for itself. Does it look familiar? I guess for those little older of you, this bird is not exactly a look-alike, but to a degree, spiritually, it reminds of Thunderbirds. Which was a very popular series back in the 80s. So the name of the KSP mod that gives us this wonderful spaceplane parts is actually Mark IV system by the forum user Nertea. This awesome mod has many parts and they are in pretty huge size, as you can see here. We have two cockpits which are of Mark IV, one of which you can see that it has a docking port above. That's like a vulture cockpit, and the other one you can attach the docking port on the front, which is a separate part. I will be showing it in a minute. Then we have the vulture cockpit has two crew hatches, and on this other side we have the two tail pieces. But then again, I use these two tail pieces as well to create a drone SSTO. So then we have three adapters. Mark IV, Mark III adapter, and to two Mark II adapter, not to Mark II, but 2 meter adapters. Then we have three fuselages, and all of them can be filled with either liquid fuel and oxidizer, etc., etc. And then we have three kind of service bay, which is with a big loader, one smaller service bay, and one passenger transport. I don't know exactly how many can it transport. Then we have three cargo bays on the left hand side in different lengths, which can carry a huge amount of actually stuff, and those are being opened at the top. Then we have other three bays that are being opened from the bottom, and I think they're called Ventral cargo bays or something. Yeah, Mark IV Ventral cargo bays. So if you wanted to use something like bombings or releasing the bombs, this is definitely a cargo bay to use, or just releasing rovers directly. Not all cargo bays want to have satellites. Then we have engines, and we have a total of 5 different engines, all of them having lovely effects, as you can see here. First is the Archaea Turbofan engine, a very cool engine that actually has, when you toggle mode, it can have reverse thrust, very cool for the braking maneuvers. I definitely got to try that one out and map it to my brakes. Then we have the turboprop engine, which has pretty decent thrust, 37 kilonewtons. Then we have the turbo ramjet engine with 176, with some decent thrust. Then we have the broadsword engine, and that's a mixed mode. It has air breathing and closed cycle. That's ideal engine for SSTOs, I would say. And the one that I have used on the other one, and a cutlass, which is sort of like a bigger rapier. Both of them are, I guess, SSTO engines, but then again. Okay, then we have two nose cones, one of which is a docking port. Then we have some engine stalls, I guess engine pods, for smaller or heavier engines, depending on your preferences. Then we have two heavy RAM intakes, which are actually good. One is like structural intake, and another one is roughly, on one you can actually attach the engines as well, and that's the second one. So this is pretty much what you have from this mod pack. I'm pretty much enjoying it because it's a huge mod pack and you can create some big SSTOs with it. So roughly, just for comparison, let's put it connected to the Mark 1 pod so that you get a sense of scale. And let me just show you briefly what it looks like to build with this boy. I'm not gonna fully build the SSTO because I need some other parts for that, and I'm kind of just want to showcase Mark 4 systems. So we can put, let's say, medium fuselage or short fuselage first, and then we can put some, I guess, in the aerodynamics or utility. We can put a big cargo bay where we could, in theory, we can switch it to the different variants, and then you can put a docking port. And as you can see, compared to the current Mark III or any other for that matter, it's a huge amount of space, so you can actually put an orange tank comfortably inside. And that's what I basically wanted to show you guys here. Okay, come on, attach, will you? Okay, will you now attach? Yes. So as you can see, you have plenty of room for the deployment method, so it's not only that you have a very, very tight space. So then what else would you want to put? You have done some more structural fuselage that you want to put, and like the adapter for two Mark 1s and or two 1.25 meters and two 2.5 meters. So I'm putting two broadsword engines and I'm putting two ramjets, standard ramjets. So yeah, no, I don't want Dudley turbofan engine. Okay, so on the nose you want to put the nose cone, and then you're off with it. So I'm not gonna save, but I'd rather load the guy that I had at the beginning, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. It's really beautiful, it's heavy, and it can do wonders. So here is yet another example. I wanted here a guy that can actually load some cargo, and here is a sample cargo, so please do disregard my complete lack of proficiency when it comes to docking this guy. I was just thinking how cool it is to actually have a cargo bay that, you know, has a tail loading cargo bay. So yeah, like I said, please disregard my inability to put in the rover, and I have put the docking port a little bit too high up, so I'm just gonna hit the brakes here rather than dock this guy. Oh man. Okay, yes, like I said, I'm not an expert on putting the docking ports. Anyway, let's close the cargo bay, kick the engines, and take it off. By the way, I mean, I'm using here procedural wings that I've shown in one of the previous episodes because the other ones are too small. So going quickly and taking off, and something's clearly falling. Let's see if we can open the ventral cargo bay, dropping some things behind us, and yeah, oops. So if you're playing with FAR, you clearly want to put some struts. So let's see how did our Thunderbird go from the beginning of the episode. As you can see, it's a perfectly capable single-staged orbit. Heat resistance, some enough fuel and enough thrust to get it where it needs to go, which is low carbon orbit. And here you can just see it performing the circularization burn. Looks beautiful, doesn't it? Definitely one of my favorite Spaceplane parts mod, I mean fuselage wise. Okay guys, I'm gonna cut this for this episode. Thank you for watching the episode, and like if you like, and more content will be coming soon.